Welcome back to another 90 Day Fiancé recap. Let's talk about Hunt for Love Season 1, Episode 15, The Tell-All Part 2. And here are my initial thoughts, okay, after watching the entire tell-all. Number 1, does Courtney even like Colt? Because her body language is giving stay the F away from me. Like, look, she looks like she's disgusted, like he smells bad or something. Number 2, justice for Elise. And number 3, Jenn is a big, fat coward. If you're gonna dish it, you need to be able to take it, and she was not able to take any criticism or face any of her actions. She walked out of the tell-all because she's a little wimp. Wah, 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 poor me. Everyone has sex, duh, I'm a human just like everybody else. Okay, where was that energy towards Elise? You are an evil. See you next Tuesday. And number 4, Rob. Ooh, he is a very charming man, but he is still a poo hole. But he's got his charm and his good looks on his side. And sometimes I forget what a jerk he is until I'm reminded again. And he reminded me again when he was implying that Elise was crazy for thinking he wanted to hook up with her when inviting her to his room at 2 o'clock in the morning. And number 5, Miss Karen and Ashley. What the hell? They are a mess. With that said, let's get into the tell-all part 2. Jenn's pissed off at Cole for going into Elise's room late at night to hang out. That was inappropriate for a man who has a girlfriend to go to another girl's room late at night. And he's like, it was completely innocent. We were just talking as friends. And Jenn's like, I'm hurt. I don't deserve this. I'm pissed. I'm actually really mad. I guess Cole doesn't deserve my heart.
The person that I'm being hanging around with months doesn't deserve me. He doesn't deserve me.
Whatever. I literally could not care less about how Jenn feels. So we're going to move on. Then everybody breaks for the 25th time. And during that break, everyone thinks that Cole should break up with Jenn because she's so toxic and treats him like shit.
She has you by your balls. Don't put up with that. You need to push back.
I know when she goes, maybe I'm not so interested. That makes you really nervous because you don't want to lose her. You're going to do the same. You have to push back a little.
Okay, Tiffany. That's why you were with Ronald for as long as you were, right? Please. But I have to admit, I did get a good laugh when she was like, maybe somewhere deep, really deep inside. Jenn has a good heart, but I haven't seen that yet.
Very, very, very deep inside somewhere. There's good, but I've never seen it.
Everyone except Tiffany agrees that Jenn had the right to be upset in this situation about Cole going into Elise's room or even wanting to hang out with Tiffany and Tim because Tiffany, Tim, Elise, they all have beef with Jenn. So as a boyfriend to hang out with people that don't like your girlfriend is kind of messed up, and I get it. I do agree with it. Well, normally I would agree with it, but we're talking about Jenn here, so I don't give a Break's over, and now it's Chantel's turn. And she shares her love story about Ashley, how they started off as friends, and then Ashley confessed that she had feelings for her right before she went to Tulum. And Chantel, of course, really struggled with that. We saw it on the season. She couldn't stop thinking about Ashley, and she wanted to explore things with her.
That was on my mind the entire time.
And at the tell-all, she confirms that they are currently dating, so
Congratulations.
Thank you.
yay, I guess everybody seems happy for her.
Mwah. Wish you the best.
Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
Chantel seemed very hesitant or apprehensive the whole time. I feel like it was because this is all new to her, and remember how she was so worried about how the world, her family, her friends, her community were going to react to this.
And then even like the world, what would anybody think of me?
Right.
And now we meet Ashley.
Go ahead with your bad self.
Ashley, it's so nice to meet you.
Thank you.
What do you guys think of her? Because she was giving me nothing but red flags. So first she walks out, gives Chantel a kiss. That's nice, okay. And then she tells her version of how their relationship happened. Apparently one night they went out and Ashley poured out her feelings to her, and then she leaned in to kiss her, but Chantel pulled away, and for some reason Ashley was like, you know what, F it. And so she grabbed her, pulled her back in, and started kissing her.
But then I just was like, you know what, I leaned right back in, grabbed her, and started kissing her. And it was just a very satisfying and amazing kiss.
Yeah, that's red flag number 1. Chantel pulled away, but then you pulled her back in and you forced a kiss upon her. I didn't like that at all. Then we find out that they're not just dating, they're actually living together. That's how serious their relationship is. And Ashley lets everyone know that they have great schmecks. And I thought that was a bit too much because Chantel already had such a hard time with coming out in general. And then on top of that, you're going to tell everybody on stage and in front of the cameras that you guys have great schmecks. I don't know. That was a little icky, but I'm not going to give her a red flag for that. That's more of like a yellow pink flag.
I mean, we're having such a good time in life. We do everything together.
Have a lot of great sex together.
Oh, hell no!
Jenn is cheering and hollering in the background, and Suki's like, Jenn, you seem a little jealous. Well, when I kissed Chantel, I could tell it wasn't the first time she kissed a woman. Well, let's watch it back. So they play the scene back of their very, 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 very sensual kiss. And Ashley gets so irritated.
Hold the up, bro.
Now, this is red flag number 2. She was so mad. She was so annoyed. She was so bothered. And Chantel apologizes. She's like, I'm sorry, baby. We weren't dating back then. We weren't locked in.
We weren't like locked in at that time.
That was up.
And Ashley's like, I don't care. You were there to date guys. Please forgive me. I didn't know. And it was just a challenge, blah, blah, blah. And then Suki jumps in and asks Ashley if her kisses with Chantel are as passionate as that kiss she had with Jenn. And Ashley's like, oh, my kisses are way better. Like so much better. Everyone's like, show us, show us. And I'm going, don't show us, don't show us. Ashley walks up to Chantel and she does the absolute most. She tries to one-up the kiss with Jenn, and the kiss goes on and 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 on. It like never ended. I was like, damn.
See.
I can't see.
I know. I need a close up. Okay, perfect. Beautiful.
Damn.
So hot.
That was so uncomfortable. I don't want to watch anyone kiss on stage. Sadly, Chantel hasn't gotten a lot of support from her family. They kind of let her know that they don't agree with her relationship with a woman. And speaking of family, it's time to bring out Miss Karen. And honey, she is serving Carmen Sandiego. If Carmen lost her passport and wandered into a thrift store and picked out her entire outfit head to toe blindfolded. So anyway, after Miss Karen makes her grand entrance, she sits down and lets everybody know that she's fine with Chantel dating a woman. She just doesn't trust Ashley as a person because she was actually her friend first. And then Karen noticed that Ashley would ditch her and hang out with River and then with Chantel. And she's like, where's my friend? My friend is gone. Now she's hanging out with my kids.
And I think Ashley would chill with me just to get to Chantel. You are being a sucker.
So now Karen believes that Ashley is a user. Now to me, that's red flag number 3. I know she was friends with Karen first, and it could have worked in the way where she was friends with Karen first and then she just met her daughters and sons and then like became friends with them organically. But it could also mean that she was eyeing Chantel and then got to Chantel through Karen. What do you think? I don't know. It could be either or, but I don't think I like Ashley. So I'm gonna think the worst of her. Karen says that they've been friends for a really long time, but they didn't specify like how long. I mean, what's a long time? Is it 5 years, 5 months? Who knows? But I do think it's kind of sus that Ashley just dropped Karen as a friend and is now exclusively with Chantel. Although it did happen on Love After Lockup with Justine and Michael. Remember how Justine was friends with Michael's mom first, and then she met Michael through the mom, and then like they're not friends anymore. Then Karen and Ashley stopped talking after Winter's wedding because Karen felt like Ashley had an attitude with her. Now, I personally, if we are going by the text message itself, I do not think that text she sent was bitchy about the trash bags.
She texts me, getting rude with me at the wedding.
Do you mean your daughter Winter's wedding?
You remember those garbage bags that you said you couldn't find? I offered to look for them, and then I suggested maybe they're on the cleaning lady's cart.
But I can see why Karen received it that way because Ashley is rude as fork to Karen. And that's red flag number 4. The way she speaks to Karen is unacceptable if I were Chantel. My partner, my boyfriend, my husband, whoever I'm with is never going to speak to my parents like that. Now, of course, my parents are not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs like Karen is. Like, oh my God, when she pulled out the trash bag and started waving it around and dancing on stage with it, I felt so bad for Chantel because she looked so mortified and embarrassed. My parents would never do that. So I don't know, maybe I would be more accepting of the rude ass talk towards my parents if my parents were crazy like that. But I don't know, just in general, I can't date somebody who disrespects my parents like that. Karen calls Ashley a clout chaser, and Ashley gets very offended by this. She denies this, and then they argue for a hot minute.
No. Hold up a second. You talking about cloud chasing, but look at you being here. Look at you being here. You're acting like really crazy and
Well, you was acting crazy.
Ashley starts throwing the lollipops that Karen gave to her, and they're yelling at each other. Elise interjects, and this part was so freaking funny. Karen goes, "Who the hell are you? Shut the hell up." And Elise was like,
"That's not friendly nor kind to do to your daughter."
Who are you? Shut the hell up. I don't care what you say.
Chantel tells her mom that things are very serious with Ashley. "Well, Mom, I have to tell you something. Ashley and I are in love. I love Ashley and we are living together." Then she starts to cry when talking about how a lot of her family members don't support her relationship with Ashley. And I felt so bad when she started crying.
I know that like a lot of my family, they don't like it. So
That's them, Chantel. Don't cry. Don't cry.
And then she asks her mom, "Mom, how would you feel if Ashley and I were to get married?" I would come to the wedding." "Thank you, Mom, for your support. That means a lot." What did you guys think of this part? I think it's tricky because I don't think Karen supports her relationship with Ashley. Not because it's a same-sex relationship, but it's because Ashley is a big red flag. However, I think Karen is very aware that if she says she doesn't support the relationship with Ashley, that the audience might think that she's being homophobic when it's not the case. I think Karen is aware of the optics, especially given that Chantel was so afraid of her family's reaction to this and how her family members are not accepting of this lesbian relationship and so on and so forth. So I think Karen was thinking of that and not speaking about how she truly feels about Ashley. To me, Ashley seems very controlling and very jealous. Those are all red flags to me. And I remember, and I couldn't find it. I was trying to look for it, but if anybody knows what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments. But I remember somewhere seeing a screenshot of Chantel. I guess she and Chantel and Ashley were in a fight, and then Chantel posted a screenshot of her call history, and it was when she was at the resort. Ashley had called her nonstop, there were so many missed calls, and that was another huge red flag. It's time for another break. Cole tells Chantel, "God, I'm so sorry that's your mom."
hey,
I'm so sorry that's your mom.
Who the F says that? I mean, yeah, we're all thinking it, but don't say it to her. Courtney's like, "Yeah, I heard Colt has a crazy mom too." Oh my God. Can we get a season of Colt, Courtney, and Miss Debbie? Can we please? That would be a hot mess. All right, break's over. Now we move on to Usman, Courtney, and Cole. And Usman's still having a hard time with losing a girl to Cole. And apparently Courtney told everyone that Cole had a tiny peen.
Oh.
She told Usman, and she told Tiffany, and she told Elise.
You personally tell me that it was like this.
I heard about it.
You did tell me that.
Oh my God, did I tell Usman? I don't think I told him. I thought I only told Tiffany, Elise, Cole, Rob, Chantel, etc., etc. Like she basically told everyone. And Suki goes, "Is that true, Courtney? Did you tell everyone about Colt's size?" "Well, I had heard from all of his exes that he had a small one, and then when I felt it for real, I was like, oh no."
I heard all of his exes saying he had a small and then I felt it when it was soft. I'm like, oh no.
Oh my God, Courtney, why are you even saying this on television about the guy you're currently dating? Colt has his head buried in his hand. Courtney is not able to read the room. Everyone is uncomfortable. They're either laughing or cringing. But she goes on, "Remember, Colt, I told you how I asked Chantel if you could get an injection from her for your micropene?"
I think he has a micro penis. Maybe you can give him a girth shot or do something.
Did anyone else want to die in their chair? I was like, listen, I don't even like Cole. I think Cole is really not a good person, but why would you want to shame and embarrass your partner like that? Tim tries to help out his friend, and he goes, he's a grower, not a shower. Yeah, totally. It grew from the size of my pinky to the size of like my middle finger. So, is it big? I think it's like average, like 4 to 6 inches is average, right?
So is it big?
I'd say above average. 4 to 6 inches is the average? No.
Well, I Googled this, by the way, and she's almost correct. According to Google, the average erect American penis length is between 5 and 5.5 inches long. Now, Suki asks if the men on stage have measured themselves. Every guy has measured themselves and we exaggerate, so girls expect the average to be like 8 to 10 inches, but it's not like that in reality. Now on to Usman, and they bring on Kimbali. Oh, hi Usman, you're looking real good today. Apparently they talk like every day as friends.
Kimberly, when was the last time you spoke to Usman?
2 days ago. We talk pretty frequently. I mean, we're friends.
She's an amazing person that we always check on each other.
Okay, that's cool. Then Usman and Colt talk about who the real sugar baby is. Will the real sugar baby please stand up? It's both Colt and Usman. In my professional potato opinion, they're both sugar babies. They're both scammers. They're both users. They're both losers. Usman thinks Courtney regrets choosing Colt, but she's like, no, I'm really happy with my choice and I don't regret it because I think Colt and I are more compatible.
Like, I think he's funnier. It was like a good vibe, but I think me and Colt are more compatible.
Aww.
Okay. Usman talks about wanting to get married this year. Then they go on another break. And during the break, they talk about Colt's size again. And this conversation went on for way too long. They grabbed a $1 bill. They grabbed these popsicle sticks. They were trying to like figure out how big Colt was.
Like 2 hands, how many compared to...
That's his size? Like you got a
like
grip, but it couldn't get cut out?
Yeah, I mean, not all the time, but...
I literally do not care, and maybe Colt didn't either because he was involved in the conversation and didn't tell anyone to shut up. I don't know, maybe he likes it, maybe he doesn't, we don't know, but I didn't like it. Break's over, everybody's back on stage, and now it's Rob's turn. He was apparently still hooking up with Sophie after their separation, but stopped once Sophie started having expectations again, like in a normal relationship, and he did not want that. He wanted no more drama, so he stopped hooking up with her. Then we learned that Sophie is seeing Pedro, Chantel's ex.
That's what I've heard.
Oh,
What the Chantel?
I have no idea.
Interesting. Now, Rob dies on the hill that he was not trying to hook up with Elise when he asked her to come to his room at 2 o'clock in the morning. Do I believe it?
No.
Rob, you're so defensive and so angry.
I am defensive because of things like people who just assume I'm doing all these things.
I was so hesitant to even kiss you. Why would I want to hook up with you?
Well, in my professional potato opinion, he was only hesitant to kiss her because it was in front of everybody, like the cast, and it was in front of the cameras. So then he invited her to his room that night, you know, and probably wanted to see where things would go. And for him to be like, no, I literally just wanted to talk to you.
Rob.
Did I actually text you anything about us having
we
sex?
talked on the phone, and you tried to get me to go to your room.
To come hang out, yeah. The words never came out of my mouth, anything having to do with sex.
I call bullshit. They were already talking on the phone for so long. Why the hell would he need her in his room to talk to her some more?
What do you think it looks like at 3 in the morning when you're calling me, asking me to go to your room the first night? Like, we're not playing like Mario Kart.
Is there a problem with sitting on the phone talking to somebody?
No. No man, no straight man would invite a girl to his room late at night to just talk. Unless you're Tim, okay? But any other guy other than Tim, I call
A bullshit.
Now, the thing with Rob is he got a complete redemption this season, and I don't blame anyone who fell for it because I found myself falling for it too, multiple times, because he's very charming, he's a good conversationalist, and he's very good looking. So I caught myself falling for it too, but no, he is not a good person. And now it's time to talk about the love triangle between Rob, Cole, and Jenn. And Jenn does not want to talk about her situation with Rob at all, so she deflects every chance she gets. And when Tim points out all the times Jenn and Rob spent the night together, Jenn quickly turns it around. And she's like, well, Tim, you and Tiffany spent almost every single night together, so I guess you guys were sleeping together too.
You were sleeping with Tiffany every
No, this wasn't mine.
nobody
This was
cared about it because
everybody's
nobody cared
rumor,
about
right?
it.
Like, this wasn't my rumor.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
No, Jenn, that's not how it works. Definitely not with Tim. Everyone and their mother knows that Tim is never trying to hook up with a girl, okay? But Tiffany and Tim call her out on it. They're like, all you do is deflect, deflect, deflect. And Suki doesn't let her get away with it. And she's like, listen, you do deflect and you keep dodging my question. So I'm going to ask you point blank, Jenn, did you and Rob sleep together? And Jenn is so fed up. She's so annoyed. She's like, I don't need to put up with this crap. She gets up, she takes off her mic, and she leaves. She doesn't want to be a part of the tell-all anymore. She doesn't want to talk about it. She's done. She never comes back.
I'm not going to be doing all of these. Everybody here.
What is going on here? Jenn.
Jenn's a coward, a mother effing coward. So they break again, and during the break, Cole calls her over and over again, and she does not answer. And then we see Jenn in her bathroom crying or wiping away her non-existent tears, and her producer is trying to get her to go back on the tell-all, but Jenn refuses. She's like, I don't deserve to be judged. Yeah, humans have schmecks, of course, duh, I'm a human, we all do it, and yes, I did have schmecks because I'm a human, so I don't deserve to be judged.
Oh my God, I didn't know humans had sex. Hello?
You're a coward. Jenn, you are a coward. You took every opportunity to slut shame Elise for making out with Rob and then for sleeping with Carlo. And when it's your turn to talk about the men you slept with, you're gonna run away? You're a coward, a mother effing coward. Moo moo, bitch. So when they all get back on stage, Suki's like, let's roll the footage. They don't care that Jenn's not there. They're gonna make everybody watch. So they play the video of Rob and Jenn hooking up and not just making out, but they include the clip where they're butt-ass naked and they're making movements on the bed, and Rob was shocked. He did not know they were gonna play that.
I feel bad for Cole having to watch that.
Hey, Jesus Christ.
Cole is disappointed to find out that Rob and Jenn had schmecks 3 different times. Cole knew of one time, he didn't know about the other 2. He also found out that the night before the decision-making, Jenn went to Rob's room and cried.
The last conversation?
When she stopped by your house the day before we left.
What? Is it bad? What?
She had a meltdown because she had such a hard time with who to choose. She didn't know. She was going back between Rob and Cole, the night before. Suki's like, Cole, so are you gonna move on with the K1 process? Oh, hell no, not after that. Not after she lied to me so many times. Well, spoiler alert, they're still together in real time. Yeah, and the tell-all ends. It's over. We see everybody say goodbye. And I felt so bad for Elise when she sat down to Courtney and she just like let out a long sigh and she burst into tears. Because she was humiliated by the slut shaming. Rob made her out to look crazy. Carlo treated her like a literal whore. And Jenn called her a trashy whore the whole entire time at the resort. It was a lot. And Courtney tries to make her feel better. You're not a whore. We were all there to hook up and have fun. Like, you're not a whore.
Oh, Elise.
And then Tim comes up to try to cheer her up by saying, I thought you were a whore too, but hey, I got to know you and I know you're a good person and that's why I still want to take you out, Elise. You're a good person. Oh God, I know he meant well, but you didn't have to say that he thought she was a whore too. Yeah, I think I'm done. That's it for this video. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye. I have a little update and some extra information about the people on the show. Carlo did an interview on a podcast saying that Tiffany had a boyfriend during the retreat, which is her current boyfriend now, Ronnie. That's suspicious, but I do believe it. It could very well be true. Maybe they weren't officially boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe they were dating and like getting there. But that would explain why she wasn't like really into any of the guys there, like seriously. I also listened to a podcast that Elise was on called Pink Shade, and she confirmed that Cole and Jenn are still together and she is in America. She is living with Cole and has been living with him for the last 6 months, and no, she did not bring her daughter. And unfortunately, Elise and Tim never ended up going out on that date because they were initially going to go out after the tell-all finished filming, but filming ended so much later than it was supposed to, like after midnight, so they never got to go out on that day. I think she went back home the next day, but they're still very good friends, which makes me really happy. Also, I thought this part was really funny. When she was cast on the show, the normies, they did not know that, like, they didn't know what kind of show this was. They just knew it was a dating show, and they did not know the 90 Day Fiancé people were going to come on. But the night before they started filming, the normies were told that people from a different reality dating show were going to be on. So she thought she was going to be on with people like Harry Jowsey from Too Hot to Handle, Perfect Match, Love is Blind, you know, all those super, super hot, popular dating shows. So on night one, when they took off their blindfolds, they were all like, who are these people? That was hilarious. But honestly, I am so glad Elise was cast because I feel like she really made the show so fun to watch. So if you're watching Elise, or if anybody follows Elise on social media, please send her my love. Also, do you guys think that Jenn and Cole are gonna show up on a 90-day spinoff? That would be crazy. Oh my god. Their relationship is going to be so damn toxic. Anyway, the Hunt for Love season 1 is over. What did you guys think of the show? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was dragging a little bit towards the end, but I overall enjoyed it so much. I think they're going to have to make a few minor changes, especially with how they incorporate the normies. But I'm excited for season 2. There are so many people I want to see on season 2. I also think that they should cast people from like OG 90 Day Fiancé on the show. Wouldn't that be so damn fun? Bring Nicole from like Nicole and Ozan. Oh my god, and also because they film in Mexico, they can bring a lot of the foreign international people. Now, next week, actually, this is going to be posted so much later because I've had some very last minute personal life changes happen and I had to move back to my parents' last minute. I'm going to be at my parents for the rest of the year and I'm going to be apartment hunting probably towards November, December. Y'all, things are just kind of a mess, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm an adaptable potato. So, why did I even bring this up? Yeah, I was saying that my posting schedule is super delayed right now and I apologize. I thank you guys so much for your patience. But yeah, this is probably going to go up pretty late, but the next show, the next spinoff is The Other Way and I am so damn excited for that one because Jenny's coming back. So Jenny, I get to do my Jenny voice, which always excites me.